All right. We made it. We're early and late, both at the same time. Yes. Yes, we try to do things a little differently around here, guys. Why so early? I am hitting the road. Thank you, X-Ray Girl, who is not totally in the next room. Thank you, X-Ray Girl. And I will do the ad read right after I talk about being early and late at the same time. It's a gift. Can I say? It's a gift. The reason we're doing it early today is because of video recording and travel schedule. That's it. Sorry, it's a little early. Go grab your coffee. Speaking of coffee, do you like that, X-Ray Girl? Speaking of coffee, 1775 and Rumble. I was supposed to read this last night on Forbidden Frontier, by the way. 1775 and Rumble just launched the first anti-aging coffee, and no, it's not brewed in Fauci's lab. So it will make you feel younger without the side effects of government advice. They dropped 1,000 longevity bundles, blew through most of them, and after watching freedom lovers panic harder than CNN on election night, they extended the sale and added a few more. Once this deal is gone, it's gone for real this time, okay? Like your trust in the FDA. For $99, you'll be getting an over $250 value. 2 bags of longevity coffee infused with CAAKG. Don't know what it is, but to support cellular health and reduce biological age. And yes, they'll be selling biological age tests soon to prove it. Not biological AIDS tests. They already have those. Plus an ultra rare pea berry roast that makes up less than 5% of global crops. Kind of like honest politicians. And exclusive merch that screams, I don't shop at Target anymore. That's not entirely true in my... Well, I mean, by proxy through the wife. Personally, don't go there very much. Their toy section went downhill, okay? Like, I used to go in there for action. All of it, specialty grades, single origin, small batch. This isn't your sleepy chain store coffee. It's for people who read food labels and voted for mail-in ballots. Sorry, I'll try this again. It's for people who read food labels and voted before mail-in ballots were cool. They never were cool. They're very bad. If you believe in America, in freedom, which I know you do, even the people who aren't there, even today, okay, and in not settling for weak corporate nonsense, this is your coffee. Every dollar you spend gets you 1 entry to win a Cybertruck and $30,000 cash. Not or, and. That's 99 entries locked in. And with less than a month left, the bundle guarantee will be your real shot. Head to 1775coffee.com/nerdrotic and grab yours before the last bundle's gone. Fuel up, live long, and start your morning with coffee that stands for something. Or sits, depending on where you are. Also, we have the Rumble Premium package again, because free speech is always under attack, folks. Always. Feels a little better now. And like it is. It is. And maybe it's thanks to sites like Rumble and X and sites like Google backing down. For example, we had a pretty long well, I'm going to jinx it now. Conspiratorial conversation last night on Forbidden Frontier, fully monetized, where we basically blame the CIA for everything, which I still do. So free speech is under attack, but Rumble refuses to back down. We've always believed in empowering voices, no matter how unpopular, and now we're taking the fight to the next level. When major advertisers conspire to pull their dollars, even brands like Dunkin' Donuts turned their backs, claiming Rumble had a right-wing culture. We're not here to fit the mold. We're here to defend free expression. To strengthen this mission, we're excited to offer Rumble Premium, a completely ad-free experience and exclusive benefits. For viewers and creators, you'll find exclusive content from creators like Russell Brand, innocent until proven guilty. Dr. Disrespect, Timcast, and the Mug Club with Crowder. It's more than a subscription. It's a stand for free speech. Your voice matters. Join Rumble Premium. For a limited time, you can get $10 off an annual plan using promo code Nerdrotic. Yes. The other channels on Rumble, by the way, Adam Krigler, Geeks and Gamers, Ryan Kinnell, yours truly. I think Culture Casinos on Rumble. There's a variety out there. You just got to look for it. Really hard. For a limited time. So visit rumble.com/premium/nerdrotic and claim your discount today. Together we can turn the tide. Whether you join Rumble Premium or simply keep watching, your support helps keep free speech alive. And we do need to keep that balance. As difficult as it can be. Yeah, hail Culture Casino. Going to see him in Vegas. I can't wait. Vegas is going to be fun. Going to be meeting some people. One we got to kind of keep on the DL for now, but not for long. All right, let's see who's here. Piston Burner, Scott Kerr, Todd Wright, Eric K and his wrench. Hail, brother. The lovely Sherry. WG. Arma Clips and it says Kamu. I don't know what that means. Sorry. I don't know what a lot means, though. It's not you, it's me. Don't talk back. That's what my dad used to say. Noons. What's up, my lady? James the Mando. Carol Hall. Chris Gilroy. Natester. Dastardly. Ocelot. Lunatic Fringe. Where I like to live, baby. The Antichrist. I like that. That is a good name. I hope you roll around the world. Just call me the Antichrist. I like that. Spider-Man 1408. The Rod. Siegeworks. Terry, the last Martian on Earth. Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Are you sure? Holy Baba. And Jose Taco, who's totally not Mexican. And will totally, you know what? If you mention anime, you're going to get 1,000 anime recommendations. And God bless the anime fans for that. That's enthusiasm. That's brilliance. You mentioned Mexican food. Jose A. Taco will recommend a local restaurant in your area, and you won't even tell him where you live. He'll know. He'll just fucking know. I can't wait to get a proper carne asada burrito. The only reason, okay, I guess to visit my mom too. But the only reason I love my mom, to go to California is to get a proper, well, I don't even need to do that anymore though, because they have them in Arizona. They have them in Tucson. They have them in Phoenix. They have them in Las Vegas now. But still, going to Juanita's in Quiludia, California. Stargate. Yeah. Stargate. I'll get started. Okay. Stargate isn't like, because if you guys don't know, I didn't watch Babylon 5 until like 5 years ago, was it? Because I was always a Deep Space Nine snob. I get to rip off. That was my attitude the whole time. And then enough people were like, no, you got to see Babylon 5. So I finally did. I'm like, oh, that was fucking great. I was an idiot. But that's like, a few seasons. Stargate, that's a marriage. That's a commitment. Like, we're going to have to, I'm going to have set up a drawer in Stargate's house and have my toothbrush and a change of underwear there. That's a commitment. Maybe co-parent a pet. I'm not sure I'm ready for that. I'm just not ready for that. I know it's worth it. I'll do it eventually. Co-parent a pet. Fuck our society. Co-parent a pet. Listen, I like dogs. I don't like cats. I mean, I like other people's cats. They're fine. I'm not like Drunk 3PO. I don't wish death on cats. I'm fine with cats. I had cats. if I never smell a litter box again for the rest of my life, that would be just fucking great. I've seen Highlander. I love the Highlander series. I've seen Highlander, Hercules, Xena, all that shit. Cats are all right. Dogs are better. X-Ray Girl thinks dogs taste better. She does. All right, we got to get to the square up, but I guess content creation's a funny thing. I was kind of mulling over. I've talked to you before about my video process, which is by gut, by instinct. That's it. It's really not dictated that much. Algorithm always factors in, but it has to be something that fits with the channel, and more importantly, something I give a shit about. And that's why I'll sometimes go 14 days without making a video, because I got nothing. I got nothing. Rolling around one in my head for like 3 days, couldn't quite crack it. Cracked it yesterday, and then Thundercat Ho, hail brother, sends me an article this morning that changes everything, and I'm like, oh, I have a better video in mind. I don't know if anybody's going to watch it. I don't know if anybody's going to care, but I do. And like, once I thought of it, I'm like, God, this is so overdue. And it's not the Picard review. No, it's not the Picard review. It's concerning. Well, I'll let you wait. I won't spoil anything. I did the ad read. I did 2. But you know what, chat? Bless you for reminding me. Bless you for reminding me. You know what? I don't have a sticky note that says ad reads. I have one that says, this was supposed to remind me of something, but I forgot. Oh, book. I have one that says book. I should make one that says call Jeremy gay, just in case I forget. So yeah, the book. It's coming out sometime. We're all about to travel, but they're getting the art specs together, and they're getting ready for it to print. And I'll be back. I mean, realistically, it's looking like they're in the middle of another launch right now. So we actually, for once, because like all the feet dragging was me. I'm just gonna fucking admit it. Like I'm doing a channel and all this other stuff. So like it was me. But this time they're doing another launch. So they didn't look at our stuff for a week, which is fine. I don't care. So late April, early May, like first week is kind of what we're shooting for. I'd like to have more time to promo, but I think I can from the road. I mean, just because I'm traveling doesn't mean I'm not working. I will be, well, honestly, I'm on vacation because I love my occupation. But I will be making videos from the road. You will get some hotel videos. Some hotel videos. Yes, indeed. Multiple hotels. We're doing a lot this week. There's a G20s coming out. Can't wait. I'll be in San Diego, but I don't know. Like, I don't think I'm going to have any free time. The Dodgers do suck. Fuck the Dodgers. Polly, did you hear that? Fuck the Dodgers. Yeah, I'll be in San Diego, but I gotta visit my mom, take care of some mom stuff. So I'm going early. Going a little early. But yeah, like it hopefully it'll be an interesting video. I'm recording it today and hitting the road very soon. Very soon. I did see the new Mission Impossible trailer. I didn't see the big difference from the last one, but it looks cool. It does look cool. What I wanted to talk about before we got briefly, I want to talk about a couple things before we get to the square up. But the first thing is 1923. 1923. Which technically, I think it came out like Saturday night for some people. I don't know, but technically came out yesterday. It was a 2 episodes squished into one. And it was 2 hours long. I was a little behind, so I ripped through the whole season. Pretty much, I was like 4 episodes behind, so I ripped through the whole season. And I really liked it. I thought it was a slow burn that had a good end. Had a good ending. There's one story that I did not need to exist in it at all. What are they doing next? 1944. You're not far off, Anonymous. Not 1953. They're doing 1944. And basically 1923 is Spencer's aunt sends a letter saying that people are going to come take the ranch in season 1, and he finally makes it to the end by season 2, but it's actually like a good story of journeying back home to get to the ranch. Harrison Ford's actually really fucking good in it. He's really good in it. The guy playing Spencer Dutton is good. He gets married, and then they separate, and both he and his wife have to go on this crazy fucking journey to get back. They really wanted to drive home, like how hard it was to travel back then, even in 1923. And again, I like the show, but there's one storyline that just, after watching it for 2 seasons, they're like, why the fuck was that there? So it loses points for this storyline, because if there was a point to it, fine. But Spencer coming back and commencing justice. Oh, and a lot of fucking people die. Don't get too attached to very many people. Did Harrison Ford shoot first? No, it was the first. I mean, at the train station. What he did in Star Wars. But no, actually, the Terminator shot first at, I think so. I think it was the Terminator who shot first at the train station. Pretty crazy gunfights at the end that were fun, that looked like impossible odds that they couldn't defeat. And then Spencer comes in and dispenses justice. Well, no, murder. He fucking kills everybody with a fucking elephant gun, which is so funny. There's a guy with a Tommy gun, like firing at the house, and they're having a hard time getting the guy. Spencer just rolls up with his fucking elephant gun and boom, and it like blows the guy's torso out and knocks him like 5 feet. It was great. Absolutely great. The shots from the elephant gun were very entertaining. But there was a side story. Yeah, the Native American story just didn't need to be there, and it was played with kid gloves. With kid gloves. It was so I didn't catch it first season because I wasn't paying attention to her name. I probably should have, because it's been so long, but her last name is Rainwater, which means she's an ancestor of the chief of the main Yellowstone series who ends up getting the land at the end. Sorry, spoilers. Yeah, there'll be spoilers here. I'll put up the spoiler thing. But it's just going to be, I'm going to be talking about the Rainwater thing, because like it was fucking pointless. For one, it featured the female marshal. And if anybody does a basic Google search, she was a deputy marshal in real life. She wasn't the marshal, but they made her the marshal in this. And they made her a stupid marshal, which was funny. So the Native American side story is the Rainwater girl was in a Catholic school and was abused and raped by the priests, raped by the nuns, tortured. So she murdered a couple of nuns in their sleep, and then she went off to she just murders. She just murders and continues to murder, and murders cops, murders everybody. She gets thrown in front of a judge. Ultimately, she gets caught. Her 2 companions die. Ultimately, she gets caught with a Marshall woman. I forgot her name. I like the actress. She's from Dexter. She's Dexter's sister. And the judge throws the case out because there's no witnesses. And she walks free. By the way, this girl like murdered the partner of female Marshall, and she just couldn't give a fuck about it. And she was taking her side the whole time, and they just let her walk. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And they give the Native Americans the force. Like when Rainwater's boyfriend dies, she's all, can you sense it? It's like, what the fuck? So I liked everything. And I was like, okay, if this storyline intersects with the Dutton family or in some way Yellowstone, it never goes to Yellowstone. And she just rides off to California. And you know what it felt like? A fucking DEI insert. It did. You know, everything else was great. Helen Mirren was fucking great. Harrison Ford, great. The guy who plays Spencer Dutton, great. Everybody's fine. Everybody's good. That Native American storyline was just like, oh, come on. Taylor, Sheridan. Come on. So that got some points for me. Go watch Landman. Landman and Tulsa King. I'll sit here and tell you Tulsa King's his best show. As far as Taylor Sheridan is concerned, I'd say now Tulsa King and Landman are his best shows. I've seen all of Yellowstone now, and I like some of it. I actually like season 2 with the big gunfight at the end, and I think kind of went downhill after that. It was still like there's characters I really like in it. Did not like the ending very much. I liked 1883, and I like 1883 more than I like 1923, which was reversed because after season 1 of 1923, I was like, I think I like 1923 better than 1883, but nope. Now I like 1883 more than 1923. But his best 2 shows are Tulsa King and Landman in that order. In that order. Yeah, 1883 was just like at least compact, and it was like rough, and they still deal with the Native Americans with kid gloves, but they killed people and each other too. So Tulsa King is I've got to read, and it's fast tracked, and Robert Patrick is now going to be in Tulsa King. This is such a loaded cast. Frank Grillo, Neil McDonough, Robert Patrick with Sylvester Stallone. Are you fucking kidding me? And the dude from Tron Legacy. Sorry, I can't remember his name. Just dude from Tron Legacy. An underrated, poorly de-aged, terrible de-aging, but underrated. I'm going to say semi-masterpiece. Yes, 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 yes. Disney made a couple of great movies, in my opinion, back in the day. John Carter and Tron Legacy. The Bridges CGI is an atrocity, but the story and the world are so fucking good, and you know, top 5 soundtrack ever created. Black Hole was good too. If they remade the Black Hole in a different, like if we actually went through a black hole and hit a different reality, and then they remade the Black Hole, that'd be rad. It's a great story. I love both Tron movies. Adore them. And we're getting a 4K version of Tron Legacy. So if you want to thank Tron Ares for anything, we're getting a 4K version of Tron Legacy out of it. I like the trailer. I did. It's missing something. Tron in the Tron movie. Jared Leto, red flag, about 1,000 of them. But I like the trailer. I did. I thought it looked cool as fuck. Don't fuck it up. Bruce Boxleitner is still alive. Jeff Bridges is in it. Here. I got this with my, I got a Legacy light cycle. Doesn't really look like Jeff Bridges, but whatever. Came with the, which is fucking great. Those fucking light cycles are so good. I hope it's native 4K too, but native 4K is rare. Very rare. Just like back in the Blu-ray days, just like, true high def. Were you seeing 1080p or 1080i? Well, most of the time you were seeing 1080i or 720p due to compression. I know because I was there helping make them. 9 Inch Nails soundtrack. Yeah, I liked 9 Inch Nails back in the day quite a bit. I think it could work. I think it sounded pretty good to me. It's going to be very different from Daft Punk's. But I think Daft Punk fit it more. I think Daft Punk fit it more. As far as the Mission Impossible trailer goes, I mean, it kind of looks like the same trailer from before. It even ends the same. I want to see this movie. I can't wait to see this movie. And it made me think, you know what? I'm looking forward to, I'm cautiously optimistic, but hope for the best, expect the worst. That's pretty much my attitude towards all of Hollywood forever. Hope for the best, expect the worst. But I would say, like, as far as movies, I'm pinned on like, oh, this is one I actually want to see. There's 4 or 5 this year. I actually want to see Superman. I actually want to see Tron Ares, and I really want to see Mission Impossible: The Final Dead. This is the very last reckoning of them all. I'm looking forward to it. But we just had this monster hit of Minecraft. Minecraft is not a good movie. As somebody who knows a little bit about the game because my son played it for hours and my son adores that game, and I love the game because my son loves the game. And it really did spark his creativity. He really had some awesome builds. It was really fun to watch, my young son do that. And, as a dad who's not going to bitch at his son for playing video games, I actually sat there and watched him a lot. I'm grateful for Minecraft for that, for connecting with my son, making him happy. Grateful for the best-selling game in history. The movie's a structural fucking mess. It is. It's not made for you. No, but that doesn't mean it has to suck. So, but clearly, Minecraft fans fucking love it. And it is going to probably make $1 billion. I didn't know what the movie was going to do, and honestly didn't care. For me, it's like, it could flop. It could be a huge hit. I have no fucking idea. Well, now we know. But I never said it was going to flop. I just said it could be. I don't know. Fucking know. I don't know. It's doing great. I didn't like it. Rags had a great point, it was Mahler made this point, which is it's not going to have longevity unless they decide to let's really try to make a story next time around and like focus on that which they tried to do at the beginning of the movie. I will absolutely acknowledge that they tried to do that, and it just went sideways. I was fine with the first 30 minutes. I was fine with it. I was like, all right, I don't hate it, you know? And then it just goes off the rails for me. And I would have liked to have seen more like world building in it, because that stuff is fun. But I think it's a movie where if you I don't recommend this because being sober is based, but even Melissa's all, I should have had a gummy. I probably would have enjoyed it more. I'm all, you probably would have, to be honest with you. You probably would have. But it's like, it's same with Super Mario, which I thought was fine. That was a fine movie. I didn't hate it. Gave it like a 6 out of 10, you know? The next one they really have to focus on story and like focus on it like early Toy Story days. And if you do that, it will remain successful. If you just put out blotchy shit like this time, you get to do that once, but you'll have diminishing returns. Still do well, but you'll have diminishing returns. But the one thing I was thinking of with Mission Impossible is, hey, the movie I'm looking forward to is the 8th movie. The movie that will absolutely 100% without beyond the shadow of a doubt, even in the 11 days it's going to be out this year. It's only going to be out 11 days this year. But I still think it will be the number 1 movie of the year, which will be Avatar, Fire and Blood of the Goblet of Fire. Whatever the fuck it is. Films that somebody asked on Twitter, it's like, what film can no one talk you into liking or something like that, or convince, or what film can no one convince you that it was good? Something to that effect. I'm fucking it up. Avatar. It is not good. They are not good movies. They are not good stories. They're repurposed stories. The world looks cool. I think the alien design is shit. I think the blue cat people is just not aesthetically pleasing as James Cameron. And proof is in the pudding. Like, merchandise does not sell at all. For a $1 trillion franchise, it soon will be. The merchandise, it doesn't have a cultural footprint. It's pretty pictures, no substance, fucking tired themes, Pocahontas, pregnant fucking women fighting. It's like, get the fuck out of it. James Cameron's got 5 ex-wives to feed. I don't think he's got any kids, though. Does he have any kids? Man, you got to have at least one kid if you have 5 ex-wives, right? But 5 ex-wives to feed is enough. Yeah, so despite all that, we're going to have hits. People are going to say the box office is saved, just like they said it with No Way Home, just like they said it with Barbenheimer. And then they started catching on going, oh, it's going to be feast or famine, feast or famine, feast or famine. I think Minecraft is going to have incredible legs because it doesn't have any real competition. There's some mid-level movies that are coming out that might do okay. But I think Minecraft, it looks like it's going to have legs. To me, could be wrong. We'll find out. But I wouldn't bet against it. I would have bet against it. It's becoming a TikTok phenomenon, which is something Hollywood's going to learn all the wrong lessons from, because Minecraft is the best-selling game in the world, and they're going to lean into the phenomenon part without really looking into, oh, we base this on a super popular IP that basically, no pun intended, we haven't mined yet, because that's what Hollywood does. They are IP miners. And no, not that kind of miner too, but the other kind of miner, you know, the ones that digs a hole. They are IP miners, and they struck gold with a new IP that they could drain and suck, some might argue already, the soul out of. But I am very happy for theaters. Theaters needed this shot in the arm. So I don't give a fuck if I didn't like the movie. I hope it fucking sells out. I think I don't. What a movie does based on what I like, it does not bother me. The reason we'll point it out with a Captain African American or a Snow White is when the movie becomes antagonistic to the fan. Then we're like, okay, fuck you, it's on. Minecraft did not do that. People didn't like the first trailer, but they seem to like the second trailer. But then he'd come out and start talking shit to people because they didn't like the first trailer. They just made a better second trailer and kept their mouth shut. And look now. So when a studio, when a director, when a producer, when an actor gets antagonistic for the fans, well, they threw the first punch. And toxic fandom will always be blamed. Listen, as we've said before, there's assholes everywhere. And there's dicks. And there's pussies. But sometimes dick fuck pussies. Sometimes dick fuck assholes. And everybody gets covered in shit. But toxic fandom is fandom. There's just fandom. This is the way it's always been. They love it when you love them. But man, you say even the lightest constructive criticism, and they're like, toxic racist. And that's been going on and on for a fucking decade at this point. So thankfully, we're coming out on the other end of this, right? Yes, people will still be antagonistic to fans, but it will be reduced by a great percentage. What exact percentage? I don't know. Pull one out of your ass. But it will be reduced to a great percentage. So you will not see actors, particularly from Disney anymore, going out and antagonizing fans. They'll probably avoid a lot of the or coach a lot better. The access media who tries to get this out of them. I think you'll see a great improvement on that. I think you will see a lot more gratitude towards fans, which honestly was started by Tom Cruise with Top Gun Maverick. And now you see regularly, even Dungeons and Dragons and other movies, even ones I don't like, you see people going, hey, thanks for coming to the theater. And it's a simple thing. They don't really mean it, but it's a simple thing that really you should do all the time. Like Hollywood should be making, thank you for coming to the theaters all the fucking time. You know who they never thank at the fucking award shows? You. The fans. And they really should. Like the director of Anora should have thanked the 10,000 people who saw his movie. Oh, you don't remember Anora? Oh, that's the best picture this year. That's the best picture this year is Anora. What the hell happened? Chat. Hang on. Got it locked. There we go. Better. What's a good hotel to stay at close to Vegas to the meetup? Shout out West Texas. Stephen DeLeon has gifted 5 Nerdrotic Live memberships. One I've stayed at in the past, it doesn't have a casino. I'm honestly not the best person to ask because I like staying in casino hotels. And if they're kind of trashy, kind of the better. I don't really care. I would say the nicest place I've stayed in is the Wynn. And there's a lot to do there, but it is hoity-toity. I'd say Caesars because it's fun. You got the mall, access to the strip. I can't speak much to the rooms. They're fine. I mean, every hotel, if you have a suite, they're pretty nice. If you're looking for no casino, just trying to save a couple bucks, but still have a comfortable room, Embassy Suites is just a little bit off the strip and it's near the Sphere. I've stayed there. They have good breakfast. But hotels in general in Vegas aren't that expensive because they want you to gamble relative to like Orlando or something like that, where they will, or San Diego, where they will gouge the fuck out of you. Hmm. Yeah, I've stayed at the Flamingo before. I've stayed at Excalibur, Treasure Island, Luxor. I've stayed at them all, and they're all like varying degrees of The internet sucks in pretty much all of it. Stay at Trump Tower. Stay at Trump Tower. That's way on the other end. I wouldn't stay in like the Stratosphere. I wouldn't stay in the Stratosphere. Treasure Island used to be great. But that was 20 years ago. It's not great anymore. Excalibur is fun. It's a fun hotel. New York is all right, but the Wynn, like if you have the money, the Wynn is numero uno for me. But I like hanging out at Caesars the most because of the mall and everything and the casinos. There's a mall and casinos. If you want a good burger, go to Wahlburger. That's right, Wahlburger. Mark Wahlberg's burger joint is excellent. Excellent. Really good food. For just walking around. The Luxor is weird. I like it. It's not going to be there much longer. Wahlburgers are good. Whataburgers, they're good. They're no fucking In-N-Out. We're talking about fast food. I don't want to get in those conversations. It gets very controversial. But In-N-Out is better than Culver's and fucking Whataburger. Just is. For the burger. Fries is a different story. All right, we're going to get to the square up portion of this. Donation side from K13, 2 parts for $10. Part 1, Gary. Even earlier, you said again, hope is not a strategy. Marvel Pedo Man movie looks awful. Which Marvel Pedo Man? Oh, Pedro Man. Okay. Tell it like it is and stop with the hope it's good crap. Like you did for 1 month with Daredevil Born Again. Last week you said, I guess we'll see. I say that all the time. No, the fuck we won't. I am the silent majority that used to go to the movie at least once a month. Last year, I watched Deadpool and Gladiator 2. That's it. I'm not giving a single penny to Warner Brothers. I have 6 dogs, and you missed me with the gay cringe CGI dog. And you, well, I mean, yeah, the dog CGI for sure. So you're talking about Superman? Okay, but you said Marvel. I'm so confused, K13. I'm a Daredevil fan, and hope is not a strategy, but that's not how I go in to see a movie. I hope every movie's good, but it's not part of my strategy. It's just I'm going to walk into a movie and I hope it's good because I want to be entertained. Ultimately, I want to be entertained. But if you like the worst movies to review are like 5 out of 10 movies that are kind of boring. You're like, oh man, where do I go with this one? It was just kind of there. So the best movies that I review are good and really shitty movies. Those are the best movies to review. And unfortunately, this year I think is going to be a lot of meh, tons of meh. But I'm a massive Daredevil fan. I will not apologize for going into Daredevil going, man, Charlie Cox is back. Vincent D'Onofrio's back. I'm going to give this one a chance. And I did. And you can't say I didn't. And by the way, I've watched it all the way through. So I can say definitively where it went bad for me. For me. I'm not going to watch half of one episode and go, it sucks, man. When it really didn't suck. Like if people want to put Daredevil Born Again on the level of Agatha and Acolyte, you're fucking insane. You're insane. But they certainly took their time deconstructing everybody. And when they killed Muse, that potentially could have been one of the best Marvel villains, quite frankly. That was it. I don't give a fuck what happens in these next 2 episodes. I just don't. Can't say I didn't give it a chance and watched it, and I will watch it all the way through. A lot of people can tell you stuff is bad, but it's the telling you why. That's the important part. If they truly believe it's bad. But K13, I could have easily lied to you and said it was shit. Would have been more beneficial for the channel, more beneficial for the video. But why didn't I do that? Because it'd be lying. I'm not going to lie to you. Rather quit. Not the first time I've heard this argument. Man, I went through this with Picard season 3, One Piece, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Happens all the time. Got to be honest. It all works. As long as you're honest, it all works out fine. Because at the end of the day, you still have your integrity in your soul. Jesus Davila for $5 has gifted 1 Nerdrotic membership. Thank you very much. WG has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships for $25. Thank you very much. Darth Yeager for has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships for $25. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Daredevil watch party pushed today because of travel. So it'll be Wednesday night. Wednesday night, not Tuesday night. Darth Yeager, again, thank you. Demetrius Lewis for $2. Liam Neeson. Yes, that's Mahler's dad. Always got him mixed up, which is funny because now they're in the Naked Gun trailer. We'll see if they go hard. If we just saw nothing in that trailer and they go hard and they are criticism of Hollywood and stuff, sure. We'll see. But that's another thing. There's another movie I'm kind of looking forward to. It's a remake. A remake by itself in isolation when surrounded by some other original material will be good. Yes, there's original material, but what I'm specifically talking about is tent poles, the things that drive the market. I am not a cinephile. I will not sit through just anything. I will not watch 2 communist lesbians cry about capitalism for 2.5 hours at a table wearing gray suits. I'd rather listen to fucking Bon Jovi, to be honest with you. There's a lot of independent stuff I won't fucking touch. I'm not a big fan of dramas. I like seeing stuff that we couldn't see in our world, and a good drug deal gone bad story. Some of my favorite in Western. But yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm pretty like. I think it says it in the title, Nerdrotic. But I watch a wide variety of stuff. I just don't like fucking boring ass dramas. If I need to remember something, if I need a good drama, I will just remember something from my life. And all of you can do the same. Like, I want to be sad for 2 hours. Okay, I'll think about one of the dogs I've had that died. David Smart for $5. The new Superman second trailer sucks so bad. I hope everything fails so far. My prayers are being answered. Next is Thunderbolts. Everything is dead. It's not looking good for superhero films. That's for sure. I am not impressed. I didn't hate the Superman clip. I didn't love it or like it. And I should be like, Superman, let's go. And it's like, oh, okay. He's crying in pain. And he's got silly robots. And so the silly robots are a riff from Man of Steel. No, not the Zack Snyder. Man of Steel, the John Byrne comic, because there's a Helix, and I can't remember the second one's name now. Starts with a K. And the John, and I think they're riffing a little bit. Well, I mean, for one, James Gunn's Superman's going to be drawn a lot from All-Star Superman. Okay, so that's where a lot of the story beats are going to come from, and the Supergirl is going to be straight up from a Tom King story. So if you're going to be looking for inspiration and truth, justice in the American way, I think that remains to be seen. I am skeptical. But they're drawing a lot from All-Star Superman, but the robots seem like a little riff from Man of Steel. Great read, by the way. John Byrne's Man of Steel. The way he depicts the Kryptonians. You know, Snyder picked up on that a little bit and then made him a little nicer. Arguably, if you remember reading the beginning of the Man of Steel, Laura's basically like, why are you sending him to this planet of barbarians? They have their shirts off and hairy chests, and you know, because of the Matrix, the eugenics that's going on in Krypton is in this. And he's all, well, you know, the power, Laura, the power of the yellow sun will make him like a god. And she's like, so he will rule them? And he's all, possibly. Possibly. Yeah, Burns Krypton. Well, it did. That's the whole point of the story, is at the very end. You're right. Thumbs up 1981. The whole point of the story is there's like a ghost of Jor-El, and then there's Pa Kent, and this is what they should have made the movie, by the way. He goes on a little journey. He meets Batman and Bizarro and Lex Luthor, and they set everything up. But at the end, Superman basically goes, hey, I love what memories I was sent. Hang on. Safe travels. My wife had to come in and say goodbye. I was like mid nerd thought there. Where was I? My wife had to come in and say bye. That wasn't a Sopranos exit. No. My wife is leaving again, and she's with X-Ray Girl and Steph, and they were all saying goodbye. So I'm back. Okay, so the whole point of Man of Steel was Superman picking his human side at the end. He's like, I love the memories sent to me by Jor-El of Krypton, but I'm human. My dad's Pa Kent. I'm an American. I'm an American human. Highly recommend that story. And I would have just riffed up. Wouldn't you have done that, chat? So we'll see if James Gunn actually mixes in a little All-Star Superman with John Byrne's Man of Steel, which could happen. We'll see. But with Daredevil Born Again, before it came out, I didn't see anything in the trailer. Everything from most of the press was pretty positive. So I'm like, all right, you know, I'll give him a chance. I don't care. It's no skin off my back. And I did, and it sucked. I haven't seen anything from Superman that makes me love it, makes me like super looking forward to it and have a ton of optimism, because Hollywood does not deserve the benefit of the doubt. Even James Gunn, who's made a lot of movies that I like, by the way. And I haven't seen a ton that's going to make me say this outright fucking sucks. Now, some people might not like Crypto. Well, Crypto's part of fucking Superman. Okay. You could have your arguments about the CG dog, because it does look a little floppy rubbery at times. I'll accept those arguments. But like Crypto being in it, it's like, that's Superman. The kaiju, that's Superman. Like, he's leaning into the comic book stuff. So, like, I'm not going to criticize it for that. That's what I want more of. I want more fun comic book stuff. That's what I want as a comic book fan. I don't want a brooding fucking Superman moping his way through fucking 2 hours. No, thank you. I want a hopeful, optimistic American Superman standing for truth, justice, and the American way, and saving little kids and cats and people from disasters and stuff that Lex comes up with. That's what I want out of a Superman. I think that would be really an inspirational, aspirational Superman. Not a, oh, we're going to bring him down so we can bring him back up and show him the hero it is, because that's what Zack Snyder was going to do. And I didn't like that decision. And that's exactly what James Gunn's doing. Thematically. He's going to bring Superman down. We already know from the spoilers that he's going to rearrange Jor-El's message to make people hate Superman. And that, like, we see it in the trailer. It's like, do we need to fucking go through this again? And it just seems to me, based on what I've seen, and I could be completely wrong about this, that James Gunn is kind of making all the mistakes that Warner Brothers and Zack Snyder and Bryan Singer and everybody did before him. Same thing. Oh, James Pedo. Okay, James Pedo. I was like, who is the pedo? Oh, James Pedo. You mean the guy who made a lot of jokes about kids? I'm not going to blame you for that one. Will Superman flop? Ooh, I don't, man. That would be bad. I can't go out. I can't say that. I'm not sure. I think curiosity factor will, I know. Jokes. I don't know if they're jokes or not, though. I don't know. I'll put it this way. You could free speech. You can joke about whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. But you have to put up with the criticism. And there's certain lines I won't cross, but I don't think the lines I won't cross should be the lines you don't cross. It's not my place to tell you that. There's certain lines I won't cross. Yeah. Oh, so good first week. No legs. I think that's a possibility. That is a possibility. I think all bets are on the table. I'm not saying it won't flop, but this is one like I can't really measure because I haven't seen enough. And honestly, that clip didn't change my mind at all from the trailer. It was like, the one thing I'll say is in the Minecraft crowd, when Crypto was jumping on Superman, which any dog owner knows, like especially your big dogs, especially when they're young. I have Remy. Remy is a 70, I think she's probably 80 pounds now. I haven't seen her in a couple months, but she's a 75-pound lab that's just about a year old who thinks she's this big, but she's actually this big. So she like wants to sit in your lap and she will just fucking jump up and try to sit in your lap like a puppy. And if you got balls, that fucking hurts. So I can relate to that. So the kids were laughing their asses off at that scene with the dog jumping on Superman, laughing their asses off. Everybody in the theater. But then it got quiet after that. Dead quiet. Yeah, Remy is. Oh, thanks, News. Yeah, I love Remy. He is rambunctious, and I love it. You got a lot out of that one, but yeah, Superman, dude. It's hard to say. But I want to like Superman. I want to like Fantastic Four. I want these to be good. I am far more. I kind of go back and forth, but I'm just gonna say Fantastic Four. Female Silver Surfer fucking kills it for me. Just does. The only way that might make it okay is she's in it for about 30 seconds and gets vaporized. But then, you just blew your chance to introduce Silver Surfer to what was supposed to be bringing them home to Marvel, which is not really the case because Disney's. So between Superman and Fantastic Four, I'm gonna say Jurassic Park wins. Uncle Pappy Wolf for $5. With all the books you guys do you ever think of doing a massive book meetup or panel? Landau, Gary, July, Chad, Gore, Drinker, at least on an online page. I mean, maybe we do a lot of meetups, but we haven't coordinated on the books at all. Or we probably would have spread them out more. No, my book will be done when it's done. I do not pay attention to what other people are doing. I compete against myself. So, as far as like creatively, like feeling in competition, that's fucking, I think that would be kind of a good idea, but that would be getting me, Eric, Gore, and Drinker together in one place. That'd be like herding fucking cats on meth. But it's possible. It's possible. I don't know. I'll think about it. I will think about it. Good question. Cannot wait for 1923's big finale this Sunday, says TJ Jordan, and I just discussed it. Judah for $2. I'm skeptic till you prove me wrong. Lady Greymaster for $20. You're not supposed to do that, Lady Greymaster. Quarter Black, hubby has a crush on you. Well, your husband's gay then, Lady Greymaster. I'm sorry to report that your husband is gay. He likes men. But if he's happy and you're okay with it, you could be in a polygonal polygonal relationship. Oh, God. You know why it's impossible to do comedy? Because nothing is funnier than our reality right now. Nothing is funnier than our reality. Don't look at that stock market. Keep your mind off it. Well, you're not supposed to watch it every day. Listen, I mean, I don't watch it at all. Not until it goes way up or way down and some people start crying about it on Twitter, but I do not watch it. I understand that's important for the economy and all this stuff. I just hate it for personal reasons. Those personal reasons are, I would have to you could gain a lot of money in the stock market. I could also lose it. And that would fucking hurt. Like money I earned, worked my ass off for, disappears because I took a gamble on some fucking company that I have no control over that sucks down DEI like fucking jizz. Like, no, it's okay. I'll save up and, you know what? I'll buy a fucking comic book. I'll buy a fucking, you know what? I did. Hang on. I got a good kind of semi-racist cover here. It's hard to tell. It's Marvel Mystery Comics number 42. If you see how they just kindly draw all the Japanese people being just fucking cooked by the Human Torch and Toro. The Human Torch is blowing up a submarine. That's my investment. It's a bad obsession. But yeah, that's why I go to Comic-Cons and I look for incredibly racist covers from the 30s and 40s on Marvel and DC books. I want to make a racist wall. Is that bad? Oh, see, David Knight. I haven't lost shit. I'm sorry, buddy. You probably get it back. Like the stock market is not supposed to be looked at every day. Okay, it's supposed to be looked at over years, and it always goes up. It has dips. It's like life. Yes, I want to make a wall of inappropriate covers from the 30s and 40s. I'll have to take down some action figures, but I think that's fine. I can just sell them on eBay. I don't want to put them in a box and forget about them anymore. But that's what I'm working on. The wall of inappropriate comic book covers. Buy low, I guess, right? I mean, that's a good time to buy. Buy on the dip. If that's what you do. I'm not a financial analyst, but I recommend saving up and getting a low grade Amazing Fantasy 15. I mean, they're expensive. But even a low grade one goes for like a 1.5. You're looking at 17 grand. But that will go up. But that will go up because when I bought my Amazing Fantasy 15 many years ago, I paid 20 years ago, I paid $1,000 for it. $1,000. It's worth, well, over 17 grand now. Well over. The United States government created racism. Well, I think humanity did, but as far as identity politics version of it, I think Karl Marx did. Maybe that was around before that. Because identity politics is racism, folks. Don't think I'm breaking any news here. Abbott and Costello meets Hitler. Did... Oh, God. I don't know why that made me laugh, but it did. First time messenger, a little off topic, but what did you guys think about the dykes of Dune, aka Prophecy of Dune? I thought it sucked, Casey O'Neill. I thought it sucked ass. I couldn't make it through 2 episodes. I gave it a shot, but that series existed for one reason. It was pushed through during the woke era because it was a bunch of female leads being powerful and controlling men, and it was boring as fuck. It's getting a season 2 though. I'm a little behind, but this one, I'm a little behind, but is one of the changes Gary is making for his channel giving this little doggo a forever home on FNT? This is Black Snape for $19.99. He'll be on more. Yes. That we've taken in a stray. And his name is Rags. Demetrius Lewis for $5. There's a gap between Florence and Phantom Girl in the Thunderbolts trailer. Edited a character out? Maybe. I mean, they do that. Technically, they're not supposed to. But it certainly looks like the task mistress, the task manager dies. Obi-Wan Chris Kobe for $27.99 Canadian. I would love to see a great animated Dune series. See, that would be good, actually. Maybe that will be the next fad in Hollywood. Live action to animation. The thing is, with Dune, knowing what I know, there's more people. It gets weird. It gets structurally fucking bizarre. But I think what Dune fans really love about it is the world. The world building is pretty magnificent in Dune. You have to admit. And the concepts are pretty cool. But it just gets fucking weird. Structurally strange. Peter Sawanga for 35 South African pesos. You guys saved me countless hours of pain. Thank you guys. You're welcome. TJ Jordan for $5. Crazy to think that over a decade ago, Netflix was the only streaming service. I actually miss those days. I do too. Well, it was Netflix and Hulu. Hulu, you went for the TV shows. Netflix was everything else. You know what? People don't give Netflix, well, they might want to now give them credit for it, but like, let's Doctor Who fans. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Doctor Who fan out there. Doctor Who fan. American Doctor Who fan. What truly brought on, I won't say a resurgence, a surgence of Doctor Who fandom? Having what truly made it break through in America? Because it had tried to do it forever. It was on PBS forever, and believe me, it had its fans from the PBS days, but it never blew up to like Star Trek level or Star Wars level. But for a brief moment in time, it blew up past Star Trek fandom. For a little while, it was insanely popular. I won't say a little while, for a decade, a little over a decade, and it built up. What did that? Netflix got all the earlier episodes of Doctor Who. Everybody had Netflix, and it wasn't a coincidence that the popularity started surging when more people could actually see it. Now, you could watch reruns on BBC America, but nobody watched BBC America except for me. And you remember the days of BBC America. I loved BBC America. All they showed was fucking Star Trek The Next Generation, Top Gear, and Doctor Who. That's pretty much it. Oh, and that talk show. The gay British guy talk show. Oh, that's narrowing it down to nobody, to everybody. The Graham Norton show and the Graham Norton show. Graham Norton? Is that his name? Graham Norton. Thank you. And that's what I like. That was on in my house the most, was BBC America, because it had fucking Star Trek, Doctor Who, and Top Gear. It's like, that's good. Red Dwarf was in the morning. But tell me, when you turned on BBC America, you weren't hitting Red Dwarf. You were hitting Doctor Who, Star Trek The Next Generation, or Top Gear. That's what you were hitting. I was watching it. But it wasn't BBC America. It was Netflix. Netflix got it to a wider audience because it was on BBC America forever. And when Netflix caused the surge, and you could go back and watch everything in order. That was the whole point. Is you could go back and binge, once it was out, everything in order and get caught up. And it was cheap. Remember how cheap Netflix used to be? I found a couple of discs and envelopes that I should have sent back that I didn't. I keep them as collector's items. Google Motion Picture Funnies Weekly #1 for the answer, says Warbrer. Black Solid Snake Moan for $4.99 says Otacon gave me some info about Predator Badlands. Why nobody talking about it? Well, it's the Predator teaming up with a prairie girl, and they're going to fight bad guys. Conceptually, it sounds terrible. I know a lot of people liked Prey. I did not. Thought Prey was more girl boss bullshit. I feel the same way about Alien, Romulus, or Prey. What did I like better? I didn't like either of them. I'd have to give it to Alien Romulus because at least the sets were good. It's like that director is really good. If they gave him a good story, I would be interested. Oh, by the way, speaking of Latino directors, Alfonso Cuarón is going to do Bond. I think that's fucking great. I think that's a great choice. Absolutely banger, great choice for a Bond movie. 100%. Now, is it going to be, black gay Bond? Then it won't be a good choice. I heard of this Chinese movie, Ninja 2, making it to 2 billion. I don't think all of those 2025 US films combined can equal that. No, but I would also be very suspect. Well, maybe it made 2 billion in China. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I don't trust our government. Why in the fuck would I trust the government that's going to, by the way, those numbers officially come to the government because it's the government runs the fucking media in the communist utopia known as China, that all of a bunch of influencers are going to and saying, it's really great out here and we're totally not paid to do this. Beep with the fucking stupid blogging music in the background. Fuck, I hate the word influencer. Fucking hate it. Jalen Dorsey for $9.99. Is it just me, or do Rags and Garrett sound exactly the same? Like, to be honest, up until recently, I thought they were the same person. Do they? There's a little similarity there, I guess. Never thought about it. Aurora Uplinks for $2. Fisk should struggle letting go of control to lead. Fisk should eventually become a competent leader. I'm tired of, like, even in the Netflix series, you know, it was building up to, by the end, he was supposed to be the fucking Kingpin, and they kind of didn't do that. And then they brought him down again and again. It's like, he's the fucking Kingpin. I want to see him be a Kingpin. Spider-Man, the animated series. Don't laugh. Spider-Man, the animated series. The Kingpin's in fucking control of everything. That's the Kingpin. And I like Vincent D'Onofrio, but I want to see him. I want to see the Kingpin be the Kingpin, be the boss, be the one in charge, be the one that Daredevil has a hard time defeating and sometimes, loses to a lot. Fan E for 50 Swedish krona. The theaters could make more money on showing old movies than showing Disney movies. I would love to see the first Superman movie. They can, and they're going to have to, because it's feast or famine from here on out. That whole, like, we're going to return to the heyday of 2019 ain't happening. People broke the habit. And if you think you're just going to shit out a bunch of video game movies and be able to match, like, Mario or Minecraft, well, I'll give you a movie that's a great example of their success. Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was a big time superhero that you hadn't made a movie on yet. So you got that first shot, and that first shot, if you don't fucking completely fuck it up, you should do okay. And they did. They did more than okay with Minecraft and Super Mario Brother. So now they're going to spit out, like, I can't wait for Pac-Man, and I know they've already done that, but yeah, we'll see. They're doing Zelda. They're going to film it in New Zealand, which is more Lord of the Rings than the Lord of the Rings show. Blah, blah, blah for $9.99. I asked this last week, but I couldn't find the Monday Square Up to hear the answer, but curious, what about the group's opinion on Invincible? Yeah, we got asked like 3 times last week, Bob. Invincible, I prefer the comic book. I liked season 1. There's some things I didn't like that they doubled down on in season 2, and I dipped out, and I have not gone back. But Invincible, I like the comic book. I do. I just didn't feel the need to rush back to go watch it. Thunderstorm for $9.99. They could have made a Supergirl movie, but that would require making a hot blonde European woman rich. I don't think the woke mafia would like that. Well, they got Millie Alcock, but it's based on a Tom King story, so I have zero hope for that. If you want to hear me have zero hope for something, that's it. That's it. Gonna share my win. Just found out I got a full ride scholarship to law school. Right on. Become a lawyer. Or Shark School. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Couldn't have done it without you. My mom loves your show, by the way, Gary. What's wrong with her? I mean, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom. Sincerely. Keep up the good fight. Thank you, Archangel 270. Cheers. Thank you for the kind words. Shout out to Mom. Alexander M for $5 says, Gary, I know you can't afford a new hobby. I can't. But please cover 40K stuff. The message is in the Ascendancy, unfortunately, requesting reinforcements. Well, you got Arch, don't you? That's a major one. It would take me the rest of my life to learn 40K lore proper enough to start talking about lore. It's not my place because I don't know about it. Kate C, aka Snake Plush Kitten for $10 US. Marvel's new My Dinner with Andre 2 starring Smart Hulk, Riri Williams, Safe Space, and Snowflake with a special appearance by Agatha. I'd watch the shit out of that to roast it. Glass Hammer for $20. Rewinding the culture VHS tape to the wonderful 90s doesn't change the end of the tape. It's still the same tape. We have to change the tape. Yep. Exactly right. Rewinding to the 90s, remaking, reimagining, prequel, mid-quel, third quel, fourth quel, seventh quel, eighth quel. That ain't gonna fix shit. Absolutely right, Glass Hammer. Warbrer for $19.99. Fantastic Four was a ripoff of the Challengers of the Unknown with Kirby ripping off himself. Also, Gary, have you changed your mind as to what the first appearance of the Submariner is? Hint, it's not Marvel Comics #1. The first appearance of the Submariner? Marvel Comics #1 is the first appearance of the Human Torch. The first appearance of the Submariner is debated. Get my facts right because my memory is bad. It's still Marvel Comics #1. That's right. You're arguing semantics, but Motion Picture Funnies Weekly #1 was uncirculated. Uncirculated. I'll ask you this, Mr. Man. What's the first appearance of Venom? What's the first appearance of Wolverine? Oh, wait. I know you know, but you're going to answer. Here, I'm going to see. Hang on. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, I am looking up. I'm reading something real quick. Also, what's the first appearance of Hellboy? Was it John Byrne's X-Men or was it in a promo? No, I was trying to look up how many copies were actually printed of Motion Picture Funnies #1, and and I'm looking for an exact number because it was, while it was made, it wasn't circulated. And that would be, I guess, technically right, but good luck finding one because the exact number we are told is a handful. A handful. What's a handful? Yeah, so there's a debate was sparking on Twitter about like what's really the first appearance of, Wolverine. And it's Incredible Hulk 180. 180. But he doesn't appear on the cover. And he just appears in the end. Doesn't matter. It's his first appearance. But why is 181 worth more money? Why is Amazing Spider-Man 300 worth more than 298 and 299? What's the first appearance of Mystique? Is it the first appearance of Mystique or is it Raven Darkholm? Yes, 181 is iconic. That is the reason. The market decided. The market decided that because Wolverine's on the cover and he's in the whole story, that we're going to call that the first appearance of Wolverine, even though it's not the first appearance of Wolverine. We're going to call Amazing Spider-Man 300 the first appearance of Venom, when it's not the first appearance of Venom. Shit, hang on. I might have that book right behind me. I do. I have that book right behind me. There we go. Boop. There it is. So yeah. It is widely considered Marvel Comics #1. And as far as Kirby ripping off Challengers of the Unknown, I mean, fucking the X-Men are they a ripoff of Doom Patrol? I don't think we've ever had a solid answer on that. Or is Doom Patrol a ripoff of X-Men? Or did two people just independently come up with really similar ideas around the same time? Kind of like DS9 and Babylon 5. Yeah, like the Spider-Man costume actually was ripped from a Halloween costume. That came out prior to the design. But the thing is, Batman's a ripoff of the fucking Shadow and Zorro. Razor Fist will tell you about that one. Swamp Thing and the Man Thing. Yeah, they're ripping each other off all the fucking time. Yeah, like it was a story Stan Lee talked about. He was with the publisher of DC, and they had just kind of revamped. At the time, they had revamped the Justice League. Carmine Infantino like redesigned Green Lantern costume and the Flash costume. And I think Stan Lee told the story, and I'm trying to remember this from a fucking interview from 20 years ago, so maybe I get half it wrong, but he was golfing or something with a guy, and he said, you should try these superhero team books. So that's where he came up with the Fantastic Four. Now, did they rip off Challengers of the Unknown? They ripped off a lot of shit. They actually ripped off a lot of shit. Doesn't matter. Made their own thing. Yes, Batman is a ripoff of, by the way, what there's cartoons out there. Bill Finger got fucking screwed, and he's starting to get some love now, but he got screwed in life. And yeah, Batman's a big ripoff of a lot of other characters, but we still love Batman. Who cares? Who cares? Who? Alex M for $5. Gary, I read that one. I read that one. They cast John Krasinski in Doctor Strange to make the point that they know how to cast it. They just refused to. It was an intentional fuck you to the fans. That's exactly how I took it, Marty. It's like, we're going to take your stupid fan casting and blow his head off And then we'll fucking cast Pedro fucking Pascal as the, like, arguably the whitest dude in Marvel Comics, Reed Richards. Now he's Richie Ricardo. And apparently he sucks. He's like really bad in it. Finally saw War of the Rohirrim last week. That's $4 I'll never get back. Could have spent it on a super chat here for better production value and storytelling. That's without even getting into the lore issues. Sarah Gould for $10. I'm sorry you had to sit through that obvious IP grab. Fucking dude, the frame rate on that is mind-bogglingly bad. It's like a motion comic. The frame rate goes nuts on that. It's so bad and so hastily put together, and it's just Girl Boss the movie. What a piece of shit. Fuck War of the Rohirrim. And they did exactly as I predicted. I said they're going to make it not Helm's Deep, Harris Deep, and it was. They fucking did it. And when you're that predictably bad, you know, I hope they delay Peter Jackson's Hunt for Gollum till the end of time. War Van Eagle TV for $9.99 says, any truth to the rumor that 25% tariff on Galactus is enough to keep him away from Earth? Yes, that is actually true. Keeley for $5. Any thoughts on the new South Park season 27 trailer? It looks awesome. I can't wait. Lots of planes crashing, and it looks like they're gonna just insult everybody, which is great. Martin D. Turner for $10. I'll see your 10 and raise you 12. Thank you. Mike G for $5. Pre-80s, 90s, it was indie smaller pick that drove the industry, not the tent poles. Hollywood needs to study its own history and let indies save it again. So you're saying indie films drove the market and not tent poles, not wide releases. I want to know what your logic is to that. Now, if you mean it drove it as far as cultivating talent, yes. But if you're talking about money, bringing in money, an argument can be made in secondary market with B films and stuff like that. Yes. So I don't know what in total they brought in comparatively to the tent poles of the 80s and 90s, but 80s and 90s was firmly blockbuster era. So I'm going to disagree with you on that one. I'm going to say what propelled the 90s, particularly the 90s, was the independent film making blockbuster money. And the profitability. You know, why did Hollywood fall in love with Kevin Smith? Because he could put a movie together for $2 million and make, or $2 million and make 30. You know, that's a super profitable movie. But we're past that now. But if you're talking about indie films being the minor leagues and driving the creativity, and that's where you cultivate talent, 100%. And that missing is why we're Chris could speak better on it than me. But the history of Hollywood is you need to have all facets healthy. But what creates that health is finance, and you need money. And the money comes from tent poles and the secondary market, which they have gutted. So I would need to hear you elaborate on that a little bit, Mike. But thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it. Michael Dunnif for $10. Ticket sales were relatively stable until 2019. They were. There were streaming services and bad movies in 2019. There were. There was also, there has to be another reason for the decline besides just bad movies. There is. There is, Michael. It's something that here in the YouTube sphere, we tell you every chance we get, to the point where you're probably tired of hearing it. But Hollywood, up until very recently, has refused to acknowledge it. And what is that determining factor, everybody? It's not the work stoppages. That didn't help. But it's not the work stoppages. It's not just bad movies. Not streaming services. Is it alienating half the country, pissing off potential customers with the brand damage of getting highly political in a divisive era, rooting on riots, rooting on COVID. Could that be the determining factor? No. It's got to be the streaming bubble burst and oversaturation and too many bad movies. No, wait. You just pointed out that shit was there in 2019. Yeah. The data is in. Ticket sales are down between 35 and 45% in the US. I think it's a little less than that internationally. I think it's like 30%. So best case, and the best way to look at that is if you lost 30% of your audience. A third, damn near a third of your audience is gone forever. That was your determining factor. Oh, and how have they acknowledged this? Shutting down DEI programs, making Frankenstein movies where they have to cut out as much of the woke as possible and they still come out with something shit. Telling stars to actually shut up to the point where they're not putting them on the red carpet, canceling projects. So they got the message finally. They got the message that we were over the message back in 2019, by the way, because as you point out, I think people were tired of woke. No, I know people were tired of woke years ago. Terminator Derp Fate came out in 2019. That thing flopped like a motherfucker. And they kept making Terminator Dark Fates over and over again for the next 5 years because of work stoppages and because of ideological beliefs. They refused to read the writing on the wall that people, that our message to them is we're sick of the fucking message. They refuse to read it. Martin D. Turner, I'll see your. I read that one. Damn it. Weird, down with woke word. Well, I think it's down. Woke wood. It's definitely down. Everything's saved with Minecraft. Well, Minecraft doesn't like it's. I don't know. There's a scene that people don't like. I wouldn't call it woke at all. I just call it a mess. People love it though. I think it'll be one of potentially. So the other $1 billion films, I think, could be Lilo and Stitch, How to Train Your Dragon, which comes out next. And for sure, Avatar. I guess the question is, does Avatar make $2 billion? That's the question. Of all those movies, do I think any of them are going to be great? No, not at all. I think that like Lilo and Stitch might be good. How to Train Your Dragon might be good. Avatar will suck. Do I think the $1 billion movies will be Fantastic Four and Superman? No, I don't. But I'm not afraid to be wrong. I watched Drinker's clip last night, 7 hours after posting. It had 841,717 views. I had to chuckle when I realized that there are more people than watch the movie. The clip on Snow White. Yeah, it's probably Snow White. Yeah. Algorithm gold, baby. That's on a clip channel, baby. Woo! Good. Get good. HD UHF antenna. Get a good HD UHF antenna and enjoy the classics. Says Albert, not a retro. I like my Roku. Roku offers there's an entire classic Doctor Who channel and an entire Star Trek The Next Generation channel. And then there's an entire channel that just plays Ancient Aliens all fucking day. I'm good if it's for just casual viewing. Rather watch old movies than risk the new ones for sure. Yep, they're competing against themselves. Hollywood is competing. They have so many problems, but we just talked about the biggest problem. But the other problems are there. Oversaturation, not enough good content, oversaturation with a limited amount of talent to make it. Even good stuff is falling down the drain of apathy. They're making the stuff too big, so they can't be consistent. They're competing against their old libraries, and they're competing against you. Disney cannibalized themselves in 2018 with Solo and Infinity War in the same month. And they're literally repeating the same mistake again next year. Yep. That's not very smart. Jim Heimert for $5. Gary, I went to Southern California Comics this morning and talked with Jamie. He said nice things about you for some weird reason. Great place. Cheers. Cheers. I love Jamie. Jamie's the man. Thanks for going to visit him. Quagmire 13 for $5. I wish Ryan knew what a VOD was. Better not miss him on Wednesday or Sunday, or you're fucked. We are fucked. Just like a chief to be that lazy. Just kidding. Haha. It was the girls that didn't know what VOD was. Video. Quick question. Do you think when Marvel does their reboot, they will introduce Marvel rivals characters into shows like Luna Jeff and Magic? I think that would be a good idea. If it's a good idea, Marvel will not do it. Shlomi Liner. Okay. I think we're pretty clear on that. You know, it would have been a good idea. Shlomi. Norin Rad being Silver Surfer being a dude. You know, it's a really bad idea. You know, what's the opposite of a good idea is a female Silver Surfer. You know what the opposite of a good idea is? America Chavez being the central character in a Doctor Strange sequel that's actually a sequel to WandaVision. You know what's the polar opposite of good thinking? Making an Agatha series. If there is a good idea, Marvel will run the other way. Real Dune for $10. Just watched Elle Fanning talking about Predator Badlands. I have the comics and know of her character, but she is kind of spoiled in the spoiled it for the non-comic book readers. Are they truly going to base it on Badlands, the comic? Some of those Predator comics are great. They are absolutely great. Bubba Doom for $20. An example of what movie are missing today. I just watched Excalibur. The initial fight between Arthur and Lancelot was great example of manhood, chivalry, respect, and honor. It was beautiful. Now we have the Thunderbolts. Man, Excalibur needs a 4K, like a proper 4K. Really does. It subverts expectations. Yeah, if I read Predator Badlands, it would have been, when was that published? 30 years ago? That depends on when it was published. I can't remember. Race War, Bad Blood, Dark River, Kindred, read that. On Hot Water. Yeah, no recollection. Zero. Don't know if it existed. I'm still here. I'm looking stuff up. Memory's not what it used to be, kids. You'll find out. Or maybe you won't because you'll forgot. Gary, I went to Southern California. I read that one. An example of what movies are missing today. I read that one. The prediction is that Thunderbolts title will be stay the same up until the end title card before the end credits. It will be changed to in the moment, like what the movie really is about. I so don't care. I hope they change it to this movie sucks. Fooled you, motherfuckers. Black Cane for $10. My wife lost her dog this week. That sucks. In honor of Maya. What's everyone's favorite doggo in pop culture besides Rags, of course? Mine is Juan the Hound in Valinor or Hopper from Wheel of Time. My favorite hound? My favorite dog? That's a big question to ask in such little time. That's a big question to ask in such little time. Sirius Black, Old Yeller, K9, Crypto. Super chats are shut off during Square Up so we can give the Square Up super chats proper time. Proper time. Oh, shit. I'd have to think about that. That's too big of a question to just answer off the cuff. Chris G for $20. You said last week about UK meetup outside London, but only mentioned places in the South. Pick somewhere north. I'm biased, but well, we haven't picked anywhere yet. So don't worry. I was just going off the top of my head. Don't panic. But pick where winners of the year's Premier League play. That's soccer. I'm not going to. Also much friendlier up north. Are you talking about like we were talking about Bath or Oxford? Oxfordshire? That's north of London, but south of you. I get you. I get you. Josh Kelsey for 20. At least I think it is. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's east. I have no fucking idea. Josh Kelsey for $20. He drops it and then leaves. Have you seen the lamp from Death of a Unicorn? Sus. I have not. Love you all. Live long and prosper. Long and prosper. Zimbaru for $5. Gary, if you don't think you enunciate like that, you need to play back yourself reading super chats. I don't enunciate. I mumble. So I just hear China is charging the US 35% tariff tax to get back at the US. Uh-oh. Does that include film reels too? Can Marvel afford to keep China? I think Bob Iger screamed about it, but everybody's kind of fallen in line, and that's the whole point, is to get rid of tariffs. Because remember, they're imposing them on us. So Suave Rico Suave for $4.99. As a big Superman fan, I hope it's good, but worry about James Gunn's ego. I agree. The collar on that suit is bad. I agree, and it's ill-fitting. Sadly, Corn Sweat isn't Cavill. Who's hyped for Superman 6, The Naked Gun? Snex, I am. Sounds like a real square peg, round hole problem. That's, yes. Not knowing the lore or brand of the product you're making is the main issue with these movies. I have no hope for Mass Effect series. I wouldn't. I know shit about it. I know a little bit about it. Luffy the Sun God for $9.99 British proper money. I was really rooting for it, but the showrunner for live action One Piece leaving is giving me major Netflix interference vibes, major red flags. At least the anime returns this Sunday. Does it return? Oh yeah, it does. It does. Yeah. I don't know how far they got into the show. They've been shooting it for a while. So it's in production, and he left in production. So it sounds like nervous breakdown shit. Kind of, I don't know. You know what it sounds like? Netflix season 2 curse. And man, I wanted the show to be good. And like I said, I got my soundtrack. Finally, in vinyl, I got my soundtrack. This thing's awesome. Look at that, thick. And they're fucking it up. And is it going to be out this year? Supposed to be out this year. Showrunner leaving? Don't know. The thing is, Jack Black has actual talent. The biggest problem is he's like a Pedro Pascal. Too much of him, and he's almost everything makes him go, oh. Yeah, I like Jack Black in Tenacious D. I liked him in School of Rock. I liked him in Nacho Libre. I liked him in Tropic Thunder. I was fine with him. He just became a caricature of himself, and this is just a caricature of Jack Black. Dude, I've seen Tenacious D live a couple times. I'm not sure they're going to get back together anytime soon. Charitard for $5. Any thoughts on Soy Jacks crying about Nintendo delaying pre-orders in response to the tariffs? The meltdown when Switch 2 was already overpriced is crazy. You know what? I think the overpricing of the Switch 2 is an outrage, and I refuse to buy it. Dark City for $2. Trump taking the economy again. Sad day. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Aurora uplinks. I mean, what do you mean again? He brought the economy back 2019. So, I mean, you mean taking the economy again from the 4 years previous when the economy was not doing very well? Glad people care about the economy again after taking 4 years off. Film. A ghost haunts house and the family in it. Slowly, it revealed the ghost is an ancestor trying to protect them from the accident-prone family. Just popping in to say hello. Also, you pronounce my name deviant. Can you guess why? Because you're deviant, so it's deviant. You're deviant, that's why. Ben Manger Gary. Did you see the Marvel Rivals Emma Frost reveal skins that definitely know their audience? Any good X-Men comics before the cucking of comics? Yeah. Oh God, yes. The entire Cockrum Byrne Claremont run, well into the 90s. Claremont ended his run in 91. But then, New X-Men with Grant Morrison's pretty fun. What I remember of it, after Age of Apocalypse, this is just in my fan days on limited funds. I dumped all the X-Men books except for Uncanny and Wolverine. I dumped them all. I got sick of it. I was way more of an Avengers Spider-Man guy, always have been. But one of the greatest runs of all time is the Byrne, Cockrum, Claremont era. I liked Mark Silvestri as an artist for a long time. But yeah, New X-Men's pretty good. Joss Whedon's Astonishing X-Men is pretty damn good. John Cassaday art, the late John Cassaday. Can't believe he passed away. Disney is going to save so much money not having an anime to animate 30-foot dreads. That's true. Oh, for Rapunzel. Yeah. Jack Black is a poor man's Robin Williams, a poor, slow-witted man. Yeah, he's nowhere near he is not even in the same realm. I would say he's a very poor man's John Belushi, but John Belushi was still smarter than Jack Black, except when it came to doing drugs. Krog for 50 Swedish krona. Oh yeah, and Andor is Star and or Wars. I called James Bond, Lashana Lynch, double OIQ. Rebellion 765 for $6.99. Anyone watch Devil May Cry? Kevin Conroy's in it. I'm not, but man, I've seen people just fucking hate it online. I've seen people just going nuts, not liking it online. So we'll see. Greta Gerwig casting Meryl Streep as Aslan. That's fucking retarded, and just retarded enough to be true. This is Alex Belfour. Oh boy, she's not done doing damage after co-writing Snow White. Yes, she did co-write Snow White. Greta Gerwig co-wrote Snow White. Also, Aslan has a mane, and we went over that on Friday Night Tights for the well actually motherfuckers. Aslan has a mane, which means that's a male lion, which means they'll still give it a female voice and go, it doesn't matter because there's no such thing as genders. Now, John Oliver is going to tell me how men don't really have advantage over women in sports, although John Oliver's never run in his life. Lord Comet for $5. MC Jack Black is bad, but it won't be Snow White for the catastrophic failfest. No. Were people saying that? Jack Black should stick to voiceover roles like Bowser. I mean, that's kind of all this was. Jack Black looks like he's on the verge of having a cocaine-induced heart attack at any moment, doesn't he? I mean, I don't want him to. My favorite Jack Black role was when the paparazzi saw him in the beach and he was trying to do karate moves. That was kind of funny. That was really funny. Jack TW721 for $5. Gary, wouldn't it be funny if the new Spider-Man Zendaya is dating Paul and then real life Mary Jane shows up and says her iconic line, "It's fun to dream"? That would be fucking great. Christian Rocker for $1.99. Beardo, he's not here. You like how to train your dragon? Does he? Beardo's never heard of fucking Top Gear. Okay. I got no respect for him until he watches Top Gear. Grand Tour. And some Grand Tour. Okay. I got some member chats to read. Hope you've had a good time tonight. Today? Might be tonight somewhere. Professor Sir is gifted one Nerdrotic Live membership. Hail. Raven and the Writing Desk has been a member for 17 months. Says Nerdrotic is the first channel I sub to. Oh, thanks. It inspired me to make content. I'm about to release something I think is good. Thanks for the inspiration. As long as you had fun making it and you think it's good, that's good enough. Now, the chat will tell you otherwise, and you just got to roll with the punches on that one. Keep on rolling with the changes. As REO Speedwagons. Keep on rolling. Truth, Justice, and the American Way. We better fucking hear that in Superman. That's like keeping Catholicism out of Daredevil. Jackson Cagle is gifted one Nerdrotic Live membership. Thank you. Noons is gifted 50 for $250. Noons, thank you. Gary, check out the Expedition Bible video on archaeological evidence for giants in Israel. I will. By the way, I guess I missed a couple of super chats on Forbidden Frontier last night. We're going to read those next week on the show because I had no X-Ray Girl. So sorry. So those will be read next week on the show. Thanks, everyone. Noon says gobble, gobble. See you in Turkey. Thanks, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful day. Have a wonderful day. Had a wonderful day. I'm going to do a little working out, work on a video. And yeah, got a lot to do today, actually, but glad I got this in. Glad I got to speak with you. Always grateful for you guys. Thanks to the Modrotics. Thanks to everyone who left a super chat and donation on Friday Night Tights. Thanks to Rumble. And we will see you. I won't be on Real BBC tomorrow. I got to tell Az. Forgot to tell Az. Damn it. But yeah, I'll see you guys on Friday for live streams, but you'll see me in videos throughout the week. But I'm hitting the road for a little while. So until next time. Oh, and Daredevil Watch Party pushed to Wednesday night. Pushed to Wednesday night for the members on the main channel. Sure, you'll be really super excited about that. So until next time, ciao bella.